All right, I'm going to have a go at the Guardian's weekly Quiptic Crossword, set this time by Chandler. It came out Saturday night in the US, Sunday morning in Europe. I'm just getting to it here on Wednesday. All right, one across. Note, Doctor near the back of vessel, getting updated text. Well, note we know can be A through G, or it could be one of Do, Re, Mi, etc. Doctor, there are a lot of abbreviations for a doctor, but it can also indicate an anagram. So maybe we doctor near, anagram NEAR. The back of vessel is going to be the last letter, an L. So I presume it ends in L. And the definition will be an updated text. Well, maybe I'm wrong about the L because I'm wondering if it could be a rewrite. Maybe something like renewal. I can see it starting with re, do, re, re. So if it is an anagram of near, renal, narrow. No, I'm not seeing what that could be. Doctor near. Well, maybe it is renewal. Yeah, no, not seeing it. Let's take a look at two down. A poets excited to skirt river in coarse grass. I'm presuming, let's see, A poets has 6 letters, and maybe just we're going to have an R for river at the end. An anagram of A poets. So we do have an E. But I can't think of any coarse grass. Not that I think I would know any. But maybe EST. No, not seeing it. Some adore capitalism in summary. Well, some can sometimes indicate a hidden word, a hidden clue. So within adore capitalism, we have recap. Okay. So rear now, updated text. No, I must be, yeah, maybe it's not re. I was just thinking of the rewrite. Yeah, not seeing it, but I presume then I do like ERNAL, but how is that updated? Now there is a question mark indicating this might be a very loose definition. No, I'm still not seeing it. All right, my eye is drawn to 10 across because it's a 4-letter word ending in C. Large scale film following end of empire. I think even just saying large scale film would give this away as being epic. Even though film, I think, is actually pic, P-I-C, which comes after the end letter of empire in E. But actually the surface of that one, I think, gives it away. A large scale film, of course it would be an epic. All right, we now know where the P is in this one. Yeah, I think I'm happier that it doesn't end in, or sorry, doesn't begin with E. There's pampas gas, but pampas grass. No, not thinking of it. All right, I skipped over 5. Scope in confines of grounds for opening moves. I think the confines of grounds might be the first and last letter, G and S. And inside of that, we put a word for scope. And it's going to give us opening moves. Well, the candidates tournament in chess just finished. So, yeah, well, I think the answer is going to be gambits. But I think strictly speaking, a gambit is not necessarily an opening move, even though it is quite common to have a gambit in an opening. But I think you can, I may be wrong. If I'm wrong, please let me know. I think you can gambit at any point during a game. But I think ambit is a word for scope. And that goes in the G and the S. All right. Trip over a year interrupted by cold. That's mistaken belief. So I think it's going to be a word for mistaken belief. Could it be an ism? Would you call that some kind of, but I'm not sure what the word would be. Trip over a year. I think cold can be abbreviated to simply C. So we might have to put, yeah, a C. Excuse me. Oh, apocrypha or something. Is that, well, no, I think that's more hidden rather than a mistaken belief. Although we do say something is apocryphal. No, but that is too long anyway. All right, how about a liberal society overwhelmed by annual test, more or less? I can think of a 6-letter word beginning with A that means more or less, might be around. So if I say around 10, I mean more or less than 10. But how is a liberal society overwhelmed? Oh, now the annual car test in Britain, isn't that the MOT? Do you still have that in Britain? Because I am wondering if it might be A for this first A, and then something for a liberal society. I don't know what that would be in 3 letters, but with MOT around it. Oh, could it be? Oh, actually, I've only got 2 letters left for a liberal society. Could that be the UN? But amount is not more or less. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. Do we have the check this button? We do. I won't click on it yet, but we'll see if that causes any issues with the crossing letters. Yeah, and I'm not even sure how UN represents, if it's the United Nations Liberal Society. Maybe there's some other UN. All right, how about extensive? Group of players making fierce criticism. Ooh. Extensive can be broad. Oh, and a group of players is a side. Broadside came up in a crossword recently when it was more used in a military sense. Here it's being used metaphorically as fierce criticism. Duties provided by fellow among sailors. Well, starting with T, I wonder if the sailors are tars. And we put a word for fellow inside of tars, like a don, and it gives us duties. Now, duties can be things you have to perform, or they could be taxes of some kind, or tariffs. Oh, well, we have the tar. Oh, this is one of those fiendish things they do. Provided is if. So using it in that sense of conditionally provided is if, and fellow is simply F. I think that's used in letters after somebody's name if they're a fellow of the Royal Society or whatever. All right, that's good. Let's go back to the acrosses. Glum, Rex, upset, about stench, beginning to unsettle, landlocked country. So I think we're going to anagram Glum Rex. That's going to give us 7 letters. And the beginning to unsettle is going to give us a U for 8, which leaves us 2 letters for stench. I'm guessing that's going to be BO. And the whole thing will be a landlocked country. Well, I'm thinking Luxem. So amount was not right. I'm actually glad it's not. But Luxembourg, I think, must be right. All right, let's try 12 cross. Greek, father, consuming a soft sort of brandy. So I'm thinking Greek is going to be GR, father will be pa, and it's consuming the letter A, and softly in music is P for piano. And I guess I always thought grappa was a type of wine, but I suppose it must be a type of brandy. Has anyone ever had it? Do you recommend it? Now our trip, let's see, the mistaken belief. No, not seeing it. And okay, I thought it might end in R for river, but I think skirting the river means the R is going to be inside it. So yeah, I'll try and get some more letters for that. Director on holiday, behind facility, became less serious. Well, we have a D here, makes me think it's going to be a past tense. So became less serious is going to be the definition. And I would think the second word has to be off. Director on holiday behind facility must be the definition. So yeah, I'm thinking it's eased off. Yeah, I can see senses in which that would mean become less serious. And so a facility that you might have that you can do something easily is ease. Director is simply D, and if you're on holiday, you are off. Let's try this 9 down. Hands X toiled, possibly, to get additional cable. So I think it's going to be an anagram of Hans X toiled. Yeah, that's 13 letters. Let me see if I can. It's going to presumably be EX. I think we have extension something. Let me just put in extension and use the anagram helper. I know I'm very lazy, but I'm not going to do it by hand. Oh, extension lead. Oh, okay, I can see that. Alrighty. Feeling disinclined to work. I'm so handy when revitalized. Well, I think that's going to be an anagram of I'm so handy. And it's going to mean feeling disinclined to work. Now, where does the Y go? Let's try the anagram helper. Yeah, I'm not seeing. Oh, dis. Well, we have disinclined in the definition, but oh no, it can't be dis because we have the S already in place. Feeling disinclined to work. Might end in ISH. I am not seeing any likely anagram here. Admonish, no. No, I am not seeing it. Oh well, let's move on. Extreme case of stupidity, getting mildly drunk. Well, the case of stupidity, I think, could be the outer letters, the S and the Y. Oh, yeah, so mildly drunk would be tipsy. So tip is extreme. One extreme of something would be its tip. Okay, cooker installed in outpost overnight. I think it's going to mean overnight with a cooker, which could be an AGA, AGA. What's a 2-letter outpost? That could go around that and mean overnight. No, I'm not seeing it. Avoid emphasizing varied old feats, encapsulating party's leader. All right, that's a total of 9 letters. Old feats has 8, and then if you add the first letter of party, you get your 9. So let's try the anagram helper and hope I'm a little more successful this time. I keep clicking the wrong button. Shuffle, that's what I need to do. Sometimes the letters are the wrong size or something. And avoid emphasizing. Oh, soft pedal. All right, finally got an anagram. All right, let's go back to the Downs. One building properties, loved peer in a corrupt state. Oh, I think this is an anagram of loved peer, and actually this is one I can do. I think it's a pretty obvious one. Someone who builds properties would be a developer. Regurgitate, rubbish espoused by seller of tickets. Well, a seller of tickets can be a tout. So I wonder if the first word ends in T and the second word is out. And regurgitate, something like spit out. But now what is rubbish? We've seen before where rubbish was rot. But could it be? Yeah, if I'm right about that. Oh no, that now cannot be. Oh, that must be stove. Ah, yes, it's a hidden clue. Hidden within outpost overnight is stove. So maybe it's not regurgitate. Oh, maybe trot out. I don't know if regurgitate is exactly trot out. All right, I'm going to click the check this button. It is correct. Rubbish espoused by seller of tickets. Oh, it is an anagram of rot, T-R-O. So could that somehow be? No, I don't fully understand that one, I have to admit. All right, tense, actors representative, acquiring new, are different line of thought. That's a funny one. An actor's representative could be an agent. Could it be a rep too? Acquiring new may imply we put an N inside it. Are different. That could be an anagram of R, which would only be RO. And it could be a line of thought, theory, or no, not sure. Insult from following in a revolutionary group. Well, I think the first A here is simply this A, and then we have a word for a revolutionary group. Something like a brigade or there's a word we've had before in these crosswords. I cannot remember what it is, but for something for a group of people bent on revolution. Then some word for following would have to go between A and the group, I think, and it's going to mean insult. I cannot think of an insult beginning with A. All right, let's finish the downs. Begin meal after receiving article. It could be a word for begin. And then something for a meal with A or AN or THE put inside it. No, not seeing it. Experiment in court case. I wonder if this could simply be a double definition. I believe there's some trial going on in New York at the moment. And a trial could be an experiment, a drug trial, for example. All right, where did I leave off here? Part, reportedly, caught by everyone in list of attendees. Well, with the letters we have, I'm thinking roll call. Yeah, so a part is a roll, R-O-L-E, but reportedly indicates a homophone, so we have R-O-L-L. Caught is C from cricketing, and everyone is all. Inform lots, essentially, if in U.S. city. Well, I think the definition is inform lots, essentially, could be, the inner letters of lots. OT. Yes, so if we have OT, and then if is simply if, and it all goes inside a U.S. city, New York, and we get notify for inform. How about payback, mean cop set for discharge? So I think it's an anagram of mean cop set. For discharge is a funny anagram indicator, but I think to pay someone back maybe for their time is to compensate. All right, first person to study devotional painting. Well, I want it to be an icon. Oh, you can spell it with a K, but I think it's going to be with a C. Yeah, the first person is I, grammatically speaking. And for some reason to study, you can say a con instead. Don't ask me why, but I think it's accepted crossword ease. And a devotional painting is an icon. Very formal, celebrity in front of hotel in Cyprus. I think it's going to mean very formal. Celebrity could be a star. Oh, yeah, so now I can think of a word for very formal, might be starchy. Oh, yeah. And so the celebrity, the star goes in front of H for hotel, inside of CY for Cyprus. Sprinter, perhaps, allowed to enter rearranged heat. Okay, so a sprinter is an example of this word. We're going to anagram heat and put it inside, inside it, we're going to put a word for allowed, which would be let. And so we're going to get an athlete. Okay, well, not too bad on the first pass, but still quite a few gaps. I am thinking of a word for an insult, would be an affront. I think following then must simply be F. I wonder, is that from cricket or some other sport? I'm not sure in what sense follow. Oh, no, maybe it's just in books. You say maybe in the reference that something in this page and following pages. And a front can be a revolutionary group, the the Tooting People's Popular Front, etc. All right, so now maybe it is tense, but actors, representative. Oh, a tangent could be a line of thought. A new, yeah, I think a different line of thought go off on a tangent. So there is the agent, which acquires N for new. Tense, I think we've seen this before, is simply T. Not sure why, maybe in dictionaries. All right, so now our begin, yes. So a meal might be lunch, but if it acquires A, it becomes launch, which could be begin, I suppose. All right, where to now? Oh yeah, this I'm so handy. Well, let me give it another go. Ooh, yeah, I'm wondering if it could be something like an something-ism, but I'm not sure. Yeah, feeling disinclined to work. Yeah, I wonder if it could be a fancy $10 word. I think I'm actually going to work this one out on paper and see if I can then look up a word that fits. No, I am completely drawing a blank when trying to anagram I'm so handy, so I maybe, maybe it's not exactly those letters. That I may have the wrong fodder, as they say. However, I did find out what this coarse grass is. It's something called esparto. Never heard of it. So now I'm not exactly sure where I am with this one, other than the E and the R. Updated. Well, maybe it is rewrite. Let me put in rewrite and check it. No, okay. I won't give up just yet. We also have our mistaken belief. Oh, could it be a mal word? Trip over a year. Yeah, what could a year could simply be a Y, right? Might be a Y with interrupted by, oh yes, I just was thinking there, a Y with a C in the middle, interrupted by a cold. And of course, a trip could be a fall. Ah, yes, a fallacy. All right. So now does that help me? Note, doctor. Oh, near the, back of vessel could be aft. And our doctor is, it's not an anagram of near, it's actually a doctor, DR. Redraft. I don't know about that. I thought the draft was the first version. But maybe you can redraft. What do I know? All right. Yeah, so this wasn't amount. So more or less, I think, is the definition. Oh, how about almost? More or less. Does that mean almost? I think it means less. If I said I was almost a millionaire, then I'm not saying I have a million more or less. I'm saying I have less than a million. Um, yeah, I'm not sure I agree with that. But liberal is simply L. And society, I think, is simply S, which is overwhelmed by the MOT. Not sure about that. All right, well, we've got some more letters here. Let me pause and think about this. Oh my goodness, I think it is Monday-ish. So I think you might say I'm feeling a little Monday-ish, disinclined to work. Oh boy. I don't know. I think this one was just a little bit more difficult than Quiptic should be. But please let me know your thoughts. Of course, I'm still not sure I have everything right, so let's click check all. Yeah, everything else seems to be still there, so that's fine. All right, well, yeah, I thought that was quite challenging in some places and some very strange words. Monday-ish, of course. That grass, the esparto, I suppose that's fine, but there were some other strange things there. Anyway, let me know what you thought. Did you think that was fair play or not? Anyway, thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.